On this episode of The Man Who Ate Las Vegas, I'm checking into Resorts World. It's a $4.3 billion resort. We're going to eat a lobster burger and try some lobster fries. We're going to sample some sushi and dig into some Asian dumplings. And we're going to also try some amazing tapioca pudding. This is a really cool episode. I'm going off strip. I'm going to check out the home of Mr. Showmanship himself, Liberace. If you're a foodie and like Las Vegas related content, then you might just enjoy this episode. And if you do, hit like and subscribe. All right, let's try it on. In some of my earliest visits to Las Vegas, the Stardust was one of my favorite places to go. When Boyd Gaming decided to tear it down and build a new resort, I had mixed emotions about it. I agreed with Steve Wynn. What would have been wrong with a new Stardust? But they had to build Echelon Place. But it never happened. The economy tanked, and we waited. For 15 years we waited. And finally, in 2018, Genting gave us Resorts World Las Vegas. And in June of 2021, it finally opened. And that's exactly where I am. Las Vegas is not a town that's too kind to its history. They tear things down, and then they build new things on top of it. And we're going to check out one of those things right now. I'm walking into Resorts World for the first time. Let's check it out. Oh, wow. This is the Hilton entrance. That's right, this is the Hilton entrance. There are 3 hotels at Resorts World. The Hilton, there is the Conrad, and the Crockfords. Each one of these hotels has its own entrance, and this is obviously the Hilton entrance. It's not overly ornate, but it is pretty classy. I'm meeting my friend for lunch. Oh, there he is now. And after we laughed about the fact that he walked right by me, we stopped by the Conrad lobby and the Crockfords bar and had a cocktail. Often there's a piano player playing, but there wasn't in the middle of the afternoon. I was waiting to check into my room anyway, so we thought we'd have some lunch. There are a lot of options to eat, but there was this place called Marigold that looked interesting. The menu had a lot of lobster on it. We ordered the lobster fries. Fresh lobster meat on top of French fries with a hollandaise sauce. It doesn't really get much more decadent than that. Lobster claw on top of your fries. This was the signature burger here at Marigold. This burger, topped with lobster, an Asian-style slaw, and a little bit of bib lettuce on the sesame seed roll, was perfectly cooked. Delicious. We just split the burger and the fries. Sadly, 5 months after Resorts World opened, Marigold closed its doors. Before I knew it, I was ready to check into my room. The line was surprisingly short for a Las Vegas check-in. Checking into a resort on the Strip can be an absolute nightmare. They did it very fast. The elevator was pretty high-tech, and it was a high-speed elevator, too. I was pretty surprised when I walked into the room. I loved the carpet. The artwork was great and modern. The room was perfect. It was brand new. Without a doubt, this is the cleanest room I've ever had in Las Vegas. I'm not a big fan of the gold fixtures. Some of the rooms here at Resorts World do have brushed nickeled hardware. This one happened to have the gold hardware. They do have some pretty decent hand wash and body lotion and shampoo and conditioner. Moving away from the single-use bottles, for environmental reasons, they're going with these refillable bottles, which I think is actually a good idea. I would have liked to have seen some above-the-bed lighting. There was a cool light in the headboard that uplit the artwork, which was kind of cool. But the room was very nice. The mini bar was fully stocked with a lot of great stuff. Again, I'm the first guest in this room, so I would hope that it would be fully stocked. Drinks, snacks, alcohol, charging kits. The safe is tucked into one of the dresser drawers. A large 42-inch TV over top. A simple table with 2 chairs. They were comfortable and functional. Not all of the rooms at Resorts World have a view of the Strip, but most of them do. And this one also has a view of their amazing pool, which we're going to tour tomorrow. But for now, I'm just going to kick back and relax and enjoy the view while I wait for the sun to go down and the lights to come up on Las Vegas. Now, I know we're in the desert out here, but it does rain in Las Vegas. Sometimes it gets pretty crazy, but I love it, and I definitely want to get out and enjoy some of the breeze. This is a huge resort. It does take a few minutes to get outside from your room. I tried my best to get a selfie, but you know, sometimes the wind just won't cooperate, even if you're the man who ate Las Vegas. Nightlife at Resorts World Las Vegas focuses on Zouk, perhaps the most impressive nightclub in Las Vegas. The resident artists are the best in the world, and they bring a crowd, like these people that I bumped into who were out having a good time, shooting some pictures and video of themselves in these exotic sports cars, which you can rent either on the Strip, or you could use a service like Turo and rent an exotic car for a lot cheaper than you might think. Famous Foods, Street Eats. Famous Foods is the food court at Resorts World Las Vegas, and they have a wide variety of food, largely Asian influenced. Let's take a look. Clay pot rice at Geylang Clay Pot Rice. Springleaf Prada Place offers Indian flatbread and curry dishes. Most of the food that you see here at Famous Foods Street Eats is cooked right in front of your eyes, like right here at Fuhu Shack. Barbecue, Italian, sushi, Indian food, and Achon Shandong dumplings. You will not be let down by these. And don't let the understated signage fool you. This is maybe the best food in the food court. The handmade dumplings I had were filled with ground pork and shrimp and served with a spicy chili sauce that was absolutely awesome. Throw a couple steamed pork buns in the mix. One kan chen bei hala. I think that's how you say dinner is served. The food court also has a serve-yourself beer section and a staffed full bar. Now, it's no secret that I love sushi. Nori bar, sushi, sake, and hand roll is going to come to my rescue. And I don't know if it was a regular deal or something they were just doing at the time, but after a certain hour, hand rolls were half price. I'm all about that. Now, sushi can range from very upscale to more laid back. Nori bar is definitely in the more laid back category, but still very, very tasty. I didn't overdo it. I got 2 hand rolls. One was filled with the Dungeness crab, and the other one was a spicy tuna roll. And while I've had more impressive sushi experiences, for the money, this is a great stop, and I'm glad I made it. And you should too. I saw a post about the tapioca pudding that is sold here at Resorts World, and lucky for me, I got the last one, so it must be pretty amazing. Let's try it out. This tapioca pudding is topped with toasted coconut, and there are grapes and chunks of pineapple and chia seeds. It's pretty hearty and absolutely amazing. This is hands down the best tapioca pudding I've ever had. A couple of the best restaurants in Las Vegas are right here at Resorts World. Sadly, I didn't get to eat at either of them, Brezza being one of them. The other is a place called Wally's. This place is amazing and has an $80 million wine selection. That's definitely on the must-see list. for the man who ate Las Vegas. I did stop by Craig's Vegan, and they have a vegan gelato that's pretty amazing. I sampled the Better Than Birthday cake, but they have a lot of different flavors, and you can get shakes, you can get it on a cone, in a cup. It's pretty cool stuff, and it's vegan. And despite the fact that it was getting kind of late, this place was still pretty hopping. It's located right by the giant orb in the middle of Resorts World, and there's seating inside, and they even have some outdoor seating too. And that would be really nice on a night that's not raining. The casino floor at Resorts World is 117,000 square feet. There are 3,506 rooms and suites in the 59-story hotel tower. It has a 5,000 square foot theater and a 75,000 square foot nightclub. There are over 40 restaurants and lounges, including one in the hotel tower called Starlight, a reference to the Stardust. There are dozens of shops and specialty stores in the massive shopping section of Resorts World Las Vegas. Some of the finest brands in the world can be found right here under one roof. And for Las Vegas convention space, Resorts World is going to be a major player in the scene. On opening week, there were still quite a few places in the retail area that had not been filled up. By 2022, that was not the case. The private function and convention space at Resorts World Las Vegas is contemporary and modern and stylish, and one of the most unique spaces like this of any resort on the Las Vegas Strip. After a long evening in the Gatsby Lounge or in the casino, you might decide it's time to go back to your room and you need a bottle of wine and some snacks, and the market will have you covered. Most of the other shops will have already closed by this time, so you'll need to get those sundries early. And just as one group stumbles out with the help of their friends, another group wanders in. And since Las Vegas is a 24-hour-a-day city, it helps if you can have an edge. And your edge is right here, at your Players Club. And I don't care what property you're at, get a Players Club card and use it. Especially if you're going to play these things, slot machines. I've never seen this before. A phone charger on a slot machine. Resorts World has got a pretty solid casino, and it's one that I would recommend checking out. Well, there was no question where I was going to have breakfast this morning. I've been really excited to try out Suns Out, Buns Out. This is a crazy unique little breakfast spot. Very creative, egg-based dishes, and some pastries too. And everything was delicious. This was easily one of my favorite stops on this leg of my Vegas journey. The menu was short and sweet, but I went with the bottoms up. It had coddled egg, cheesy grits, truffle, microgreens, fleur de sel, and a crispy baguette. Now, the pastries and donuts were at a separate counter inside Suns Out, Buns Out, and I went with the coconut cream donuts on a stick. And I got 5 small donuts filled with the coconut cream and fresh toasted coconut. They were $4.50. Everything in this place was as fresh as it gets. Take a look at my bottoms-up egg dish with the grits on the bottom and the truffle and the coddled egg on top with the microgreens. You see the baguette here, and it's as crispy as it looks. A coddled egg is kind of like a poached egg, except it's cooked in the dish. They said just mix it up a little bit and spread it on your baguette and eat it. And that's what I did, and it was amazing. And this little guy, filled with coconut cream and topped with toasted coconut, you could tell that it had just been made. as fresh as it could be. I typically don't eat fried food, but for these donuts, an exception could be made for the man who ate Las Vegas. The pool complex at Resorts World Las Vegas is the most impressive pool complex on the Las Vegas Strip. And currently, it's the only hotel casino with an infinity pool. Now, rumor has it that the future home of Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Las Vegas will feature an infinity pool facing the Las Vegas Strip. And we'll just have to wait and see how those plans pan out. The massive LED screen on the face of the 59-story hotel tower is easily the largest screen I've ever seen. The private pool areas for Crockford's guests at Resorts World Las Vegas are intimate and stylish. The aforementioned infinity pool gives you a view of pretty much everything all at once. If you're overtaken by hunger, Agave Bar and Grill has you covered. You can get a table inside or poolside. When I was here, there wasn't anybody outside. There were a couple of people sitting inside at the bar, but other than that, the place was pretty empty. If you got little ones with you, there's a pretty good-sized kiddie pool. And as far as Las Vegas pool scenes go, this might just be the best for the man who ate Las Vegas. There's a hallway leading from the Conrad entrance to the casino, and in it there's a tribute to a Las Vegas legend, including one of his pianos, that legend, Liberace. Liberace performed in Las Vegas for decades. Among other resorts, Liberace famously performed for many years at the Las Vegas Hilton, just like Elvis Presley, and the two were actually friends. Liberace was actually a foodie too, and he often threw dinner parties for his friends, and he would cook the entire meal for everyone. He loved to entertain on and off stage and even built a room that he called the Moroccan Room on the upper floor of his mansion in Las Vegas. And that was the location of many of his great parties. Let's go take a look at his place. Here's the Liberace Mansion in Las Vegas. This is where he lived when he was in Vegas, which was a lot of the time, maybe even most of the time. But it's open for private tours. I don't think it's open to the general public, not right now, but they do private events in there, weddings, and it's a pretty cool place. Liberace was a cool character. He knew what he was doing, I'll tell you that. Anyway, the Liberace Mansion, 4982. Liberace's longtime maid lived right around the corner from him, and you'll see on the side of his house here. And then he continues the wrought iron, not quite as elaborate, but look, there's an L for Liberace on the gate, and that was where she lived. There's more to see and definitely more to eat here at Resorts World. I gotta get back here soon. It's top of the list for the man who ate Las Vegas.